So most of you don't really know me. I'm Gabriela, and if there's one thing you need to know about me, I'm obsessed with the 80s. I've always been obsessed with the 80s. It's the decade my parents grew up in. Used to show me what they would listen to when they were young. And one of those people is now one of my obsessions. She is the Queen of Spain. Her name is Olvido, which can be translated into English as Oblivion. Such a cool name. Anyway, but she is well known as Alaska. She is a Spanish Mexican singer who formed a few bands along her career, but the two most well-known bands were Alaska y los Pegamoides, which later became Alaska y Dinarama. She was not only an incredible artist, she was such an icon in terms of fashion as well. Of course, it was the 80s, and she had a bit of a darker aesthetic, which I loved.
I don't know why I keep talking about her in the past tense. She's still alive. She's still an icon. She's still that girl. Just so you know.
I remember seeing her for the first time on TV. And they were doing some sort of recap of her career or something. And I remember watching a clip of one of the old 80s videos, and she had this big crazy hair and this flowy dress. And her makeup was so good. So today, what I want to do is try a makeup look inspired by Alaska. Such a fucking queen. I'm gonna walk my dog first and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've prepped my skin and I have my base on. So I've used this wonderful thing. This is the House Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. I fucking love this shit. I've never actually fallen in love with a foundation, and I've been looking for one for a while, and a week ago I got this thing. I love it. Gold. Okay. So one of the things that I find the most interesting in Alaska's look is that she would use either bronzer or blush, depending on the look, to kind of bring her eyes up and out. And that's what I want to do. What I'm doing right now is just priming my eyelids. I'm using the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, the anti-aging one. So once that's all blended out, I'm gonna go in with the blush. I actually don't use bronzer, so blush is the only thing I have. I'm using the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in the shade Dusty Rosé. It is a bit of a warmer tone, so I'm just gonna put a dot. It is very pigmented. I fucking love this thing. Kind of go into the eyelid as well. I want to make sure that it makes me look a little bit mean. There is an interview that she does on Spanish TV where she's wearing a very bronzy look. Okay, kind of like a bronzy smoky eye. I want to do that, I think. Let's see. Okay, so for my eyes, I'm gonna start with this shade in the Escape Pod palette from Kaleidos. The shade is Bossa Nova, and I'm just gonna put that all over my eyelid. Oh, nice. Yeah. Create a nice elongated shape for my eye. Once we have that down, I think I'm gonna go in with a bit of a darker shade. This other color, this is Terrace. So I start down. Okay, so as you can see, I'm not taking it up as much as I did the lighter shade. I'm gonna take this other brush and try to blend that in as much as possible. Okay, let's do the other side. Start down here and then we work our way up. Oof, this looks so good. I love it. I do want to use the other end of my brush to kind of run a mix of Bossa Nova and Terrace under my eye, just to kind of connect everything. So like that. So I'm gonna go in with the star of the show. As always, I fucking love this thing. This is the Melt Slick Waterline Pencil in black. I tightline first. I wanna also apply, apart from tightlining, I wanna apply some to the top of my eyelid. This is gonna be our black, and we need to smoke it out. So I'm gonna be using this brush to kind of bring that black into the dark brown shade that we put in our lids. I don't want it to look perfect, I just want it to look goth. This is not cool as fuck. Oh my god. Okay, now same thing to the other eye. Hello, I love this, it's so good. Hello, I'm happy with this, so I'm gonna leave it as is. I want to go in with my mascara using the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. Wait, want to look for something shimmery and nice. Using this Revolution palette, and I'm gonna be using this shade here. This palette is called the Smoky Icon. Oh, this is so cool. Okay. Ooh. Let's do the other eye. We put it here, we take it up a little bit, and then we just blend with a brush. I just want to finish with my blush. So the blush is also a very interesting position on her face. It's just a line that's just kind of like carving out the cheeks. I look so mean, I love that. Her eyebrow shape was also quite iconic. She had like this little tails kind of coming down the side of her eye. Beautiful. I am not gonna do that because I think it looked fucking horrible on me. I think I'm gonna go a little bit out. Yeah, so what I want to kind of do is just like open up this space so that we have like the eyeshadow being kind of like the center of attention, and I just kind of go out a little bit. Okay, I love that actually. She did have very strong brows, like she filled them in quite a bit. I also don't want to do that. I just don't feel like it's necessary. I feel like there's so much power in the eye and I don't want to take away from that. These eyebrows are everything. Hello. For my lips, I'm gonna be using like a brown shade. This is Rimmel, and the shade is 790. It's gold. Fuck me, I cannot read. Brownie pie. Another thing that was really interesting about her makeup was the way she did her cupid's bow. It was like very pronounced. I'm gonna try and do something like that. And I think I'm gonna be using the same shadow that I used on my eyes. Yes. This is the final look. I feel so beautiful. Let me know what you guys think, and I hope you like this.